Welcome to yet another exhilarating episode of Challenge SOS, where our teams are even hungrier for the glory. My name is Sam Magesi, and I'm here to make sure that you don't miss any of the action. This is the third and final challenge in the first quarterfinal round, and after today, one of these two teams is going to be going through to the semi-finals. It's all happening here on Challenge SOS. Last week, we saw these two teams battle it out in a baffling maze. But it was Team Metsi that made it through amazingly fast. This week, our teams are going to have to prove that they can survive in the jungle if they're going to swing their way towards the ultimate title of the unsinkable outdoor class of this year.
Hallo, my naam is Jacques Skaltema. Ek is 13 jaar oud. Ek is in Linden Hoërskool in graad 8.
Ek is Janai Kutse, ek is in graad 9, ek is in Hoërskool Linden en ek is 14 jaar oud.
Hallo, ek is Koen van den Berg, ek is in Hoërskool Linden, graad 9 en ek is 14 jaar oud.
My naam is Rebecca Lou. Ek is 14 jaar oud in graad 9 en in Hoërskool Linden.
Igama lami Khetheko ngineminyanga 13 mfunda isikole eMelrose High in grade 8.
Igama ngu-Abusa, ngina-12 years, ngifunda eMelrose High ngiku-grade 8.
Igama lami ngubafana ngwakaPapane, ngifunda eMelrose High School, ngineminyaka 15 years ngikubanga 8.
Igama lami Wathule Gqubela, ngina 13 years old, ngifunda eMelrose High School, ngifunda grade 8.
Well, last week we saw some friction in Team Titaba, and we're keen to see if they actually fixed their problems like I advised them to. And Team Metsi, well, we all know they like to chop and change their team around, so let's see if they're still the same. Come on in, guys. Team Metsi, Team Titaba, welcome to the third and final challenge of your quarterfinal round. It's good to see that we have Rebecca and Janae back, and Quinn, that we have not lost you. But Team Titaba, I want to focus on you guys for a second. Last week, I picked up a riff in your team. Bafana, I gave you guys some advice. I told you to go and talk it over before coming back this week for your final challenge. Did you guys do that?
Yes.
You did. Abusa, what was the end result of the conversation in about fixing things in your team?
It was like about supporting each other, no judgmental, yeah.
All right. Rebecca, welcome back.
Thank you so much.
So you missed out on last week's challenge. How do you think that's going to play in the dynamics, especially now that it's going to be the first time that you are working with Jacques in your team?
Well, I think from what I've seen of Jacques, I think he will still, he looks like a good team player. And I think all of us work together really well. Even though I wasn't here last week, I still think that we still have a good team dynamic.
Janae, how does it feel to be back?
Well, it feels so good. I'm very excited for today. And I think our team will work very well today.
Awesome. Well, as you guys can see, I have a few harnesses today. And if you look up, see that there's something interesting in the trees. Can any of you guess what we're doing today? No? Well, what you're doing is a treetop obstacle challenge. Now, did you know that obstacle courses actually originated in the military, and they were used to keep soldiers physically fit? But back in the day, they actually used natural barriers, such as jumping over hedges and crawling under logs. But today, your challenge has a bit of a twist. Are you guys ready for this high-flying challenge? Yes! Well, today we're here at Acrobranch in Melrose, where our teams are going to attempt to swing into the semi-finals. Today's challenge is going to be a timed race where teams are going to challenge individually. Team members will have to use skill, balance, and teamwork to navigate their way on this treetop obstacle course. You'll have to complete 2 zip lines and 8 obstacles, and once the 4th team member has completed the course, only then can the next team challenge.
Ngiyaqala ukuyenza i-obstacle course. Ngijabule kakhulu. I'll get to experience how to do it, and I'll have more fun.
Ek voel nogal regtig goed oor my span. Ek weet ons is 'n sterk span want ons almal vertrou mekaar en ons weet wat van mekaar verwag word.
Inkinga za last week esixazululile and ya manje sesiyazwana. Ngiyathemba ukuthi kule challenge eseyenza namhlanje ukuzowina.
Team Ditaba, ek voel jy het baie goed gedoen met die vorige 2 challenges and may the best team win.
Well, now that our teams are clued up on what they're going to be doing, who's ready to put Tarzan to shame? Well, it's time for us to find out who's going to be George of the Jungle, and watch out for that tree right here on Challenge SOS! Welcome back to Challenge SOS, where our first 2 quarterfinalist teams are about to swing into action. Today, they're going to need to compete in an aerial obstacle course, but obstacle courses can be difficult to navigate, especially if you're high up in the trees. So as per usual, it's safety first.
Hello, adventurers.
Hello.
All right, so let's not forget, we're going to get harnessed up, gloves on, and let's not forget the golden rule, which is 1 clip at a time. Okay, now let's go have fun. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Stix. All right, guys, Stix is going to be around throughout the entire course to ensure that you guys are doing it correctly and that you guys stay safe. So which team is going first today?
Team Ditaba.
So Team Metsi, that means you guys can go and hang around. And Team Ditaba, let's set you guys off. Kumbule ubana, safety first. So you need to ensure that you put on your harness. Why do you guys look like you're confused? Ah, Stix, come back, brother.
Okay, you got it right. Let me help you with that. And put your left foot in here. Right foot in there. Right there. I think everything is nice and tight. Now let's get hooked.
Right, now that you guys have got your harnesses on, grab a pair of gloves and an action cam. So Team Ditaba, I can see that you guys are ready for today's challenge. Remember that today's challenge is a timed race, so it's important to go as quickly as possible. Okay? All right. So Team Ditaba, are you ready?
Yes!
It's time to sink or swim. Go! For a time challenge, Team Ditaba doesn't seem to have a sense of urgency. Kind of just cruising along.
So I think team ya ka e lebile gantle ka bane I was fast.
Ketty was being very meticulous about those clips, as Ustig said, that it is first rule.
Go Ketty,
Go Ketty, go Ketty, go, 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 go. Go Ketty, go Ketty, go Ketty.
Go Ketty.
And Ketty is done with the first part of today's challenge, and that is the log walk. Now time for Abuza to show us what she's made of.
Ukuthi asikangela kusimemezelana cherano on, it's because ngenkathi ukhethe ehamba ne thina sesamchera on, then mina mangihamba ngithola ukuthi abantu bona bathule abangijera, then ngahamba ngathi ukhephela stress ngahamba.
And everybody has just fallen silent as they're watching Abuza attentively as she tackles the log walk. And Abuza is done with the log walk, which means that Uketiwe can set off on the next part of today's challenge, which is the plank balance.
Ntware enjoying ka challenge ya keteko ke gore we got to experience doing these things, and even though mo go yone ne le bothata, we managed.
And Atula has absolutely flown through the log walk. Hopefully that's going to save his team some time. Right now, Bafana is taking it on, and let's see how well he does.
Challenge namhlanje bengekho nzima for mina ngoba ngimude kakhulu and izandla zami ziyakhona ukubamba ngayo.
And Atula is done with the plank balance. He makes it a point to tag his team member.
Umuntu bengikhathazekile ngaye namuhla uAbuza, mara ngithi mongombona bekathukile, mara uyenzile.
The look on Abusa's face is absolutely golden. It's a look of determination and slight fear, but she keeps on pushing.
Obstacle like ratile gagolo na discipline tse pedi ya qala la bobedi because I like ziplining and then ziplining I would hard.
I-challenge namhlanje bengihamba ekugcineni and ngizizwe ukuthi ukuhamba ekugcineni ku-easy ngoba yonke into eyenzakala phambili ngiyabona ukuthi okay lapha kumele wenze kanje nakanje nakanje noma bengazi ukuthi kumele ngihambe kanjani sengibonile already ukuthi kumele ngenze kanje.
Seemingly short legs can be a bit of a disadvantage in this challenge as Abusa is struggling to reach the next log to balance on it.
I-obstacle engihlupheke kakhulu kuyo i-log balance because angikwazanga ukulentuza bathini ukuthola i-balance kahle and bekumele ukuthi ngi-stretch imilenze yami ngingafuni because i-log balance uyayibona ukuthi nayo uma ubeka inyawo lakho like iyashake iyakwazi ukuthi iphinde iphenduke iphinde inyuke futhi.
There she is. She has completed this part of the challenge. That means that Uketiwe can take on the zigzag and Atule can take on the log balance.
Umuntu ebesemva kwami ikungu-Athule and u-Athule it's like ebeshesha mara ebengasheshi kakhulu like ebe a little bit eslow kancane.
And Bafana's longer limbs are enabling him to reach the log better, but his balance seems to be a bit off. And with only one more member of Team Tataba to take on the zigzag, everybody is looking to the log swing.
If singakhishwa challenge SOS angekhe ngizizwe right. Bengifuna ukuthi sisebenze njengeqembu siwine wonke lama challenge. Mara if usadliwa you can just
Uketiwe has just completed the net walk whilst Atule has finished the plank wobble. All they need to do now is take on the last bit of the challenge, which is the last zip line. Let's go wait for them at the finish line. And that's zip line number 2 for Uketiwe. She's the first member of Team Tataba to complete today's challenge. Clear the way here for you. Ah. How does it feel?
Yeah, it's cool.
Uh-huh. And right on cue, Atule comes in. He doesn't need any help with staying steady. And last but not least, here comes Bafana bringing up the rear. As soon as he hits the foam over there, we're going to stop the time. Time! Because you guys decided to go first, you guys actually have some time to go and show, whilst I go and set off Team Metsi. Well done, guys. All right, Team Metsi. I just saw Team Tataba take on today's challenge. And I have to say, it is hair-raising at some moments. Jacques, last week you mentioned that you have done something like this before. So where are you going to be placed in today's challenge?
I'm gonna be up front so I can set the pace for our team to follow. And if I'm too fast, they'll just call me and say, take it a little bit slower.
Awesome. Well, you guys sound ready.
Yes.
So Team Metsi, it's time to think. Oh, swerve, go! And Team Metsi is off. Jacques is in the front with a little bit more urgency than what we saw in Team Tataba.
Ek dink my span het vandag my eerste gekies om te gaan want ek het al soort gelyke goed gedoen. Ek het geweet hoe die course gewerk het en wat om te doen en hoe om te balanseer. So ek kon met hulle kommunikeer as ek klaar sekere obstacle gedoen het.
Kyk voor jou nie af, kyk dis elkeen wat jy stap. Meer op dieselfde spot stap. Okay. Okay, nou hou.
Vandag se uitdaging was lekker. Ek was net so 'n bietjie al bang want ek het nie geweet wat ek gaan verwag nie, maar verder was dit baie lekker.
Janae is absolutely motoring in today's challenge. Those long legs are definitely an advantage. And of course, Jacques in the front giving some advice.
Ek was derde en sodra ek gegaan het, was dit bietjie moeilik vir my. Want ek is lank en ek is 'n bietjie spasties, so dit is vir my moeilik om my ligament op die regte manier te beweeg.
And Janae was channeling her inner fat Joe on that one as she kept leaning back, but she kept regaining her balance and moving forward, and that's why she's done with the plank balance. Today's challenge is not only meant to test our team's balancing and skills, but also their fear of heights. Welcome back to Challenge SOS, where teams Metsi and Taba are taking part in the last challenge of their quarterfinal round. Both teams are going to have to do well in today's aerial obstacle course challenge in order to swing through to the semi-finals. Who is going to be the king of the swingers? Let's find out. Becca's calmly putting one foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. Slow and steady sometimes does win the race.
Daar was nie regtig iemand wat sterker as iemand was nie. Ons het almal saamgewerk en ons almal het geweet wat kom.
Kyk, trek nou. Flip.
Vir my was dit die log balance. Dit was nogal verskriklik moeilik omdat ons gesukkel het om ons balans te kry op die log en toe ons almal deur was, toe was ons baie bly.
Toe ek by die balance logs aangekom het, ek was 'n bietjie bang vooraf. Ek het dit soos gesien kom en dit was maar die een deel waaroor ek baie erg gestres het. Toe ek die eerste keer gegly het, ek het gesien dit kom dat ek gaan gly. Toe trek ek myself weer op en toe probeer ek weer vorentoe beweeg, maar toe gly ek ongelukkig alweer.
Kom Rebecca.
Ek dink ons span het regtig baie goed vandag gedoen. Almal het mekaar gemotiveer. Dit was lekker vir almal. Dit was 'n nuwe ondervinding vir meeste van ons.
And Janae joins Jacques on the platform. Jacques is already on the log swing as we wait for Rebecca, who's going to take on the zigzag.
Ek dink ons sterkste member was definitief vandag Jacques. Hy het hier al soveel keer van tevore gedoen en hy het presies geweet waar om te klip en hoe om vinnig oor die obstacles te kom.
And Jacques slips his way to the finish line. He is the first member of Team Metsi to complete today's challenge. Do you think it was a good idea to have you in the front?
Yes.
Awesome. Let's wait for the other team members. And Janae comes in, hitting the pad nice and hard. And Rebecca's the third member of Team Metsi. And there's Quinn. As soon as he hits the pad, that's when the time stops. High five as he goes in time. Well done, Quinn. All right. Come through, brother. And clearly Team Metsi is very happy with how they performed in today's challenge. It looks like you guys enjoyed it. And seemingly you guys are very happy with how you performed.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't know how you guys did in today's challenge, especially compared to Team Tataba. But also remember that we are going to be sending one team home. But without any further ado, let's get to it. We have officially reached the end of this quarterfinal round, and it's time for us to find out which of these two teams is going to be going through to the semi-finals. Team Metsi, We already know that you guys won last week's challenge. However, we still don't know the results from 2 challenges, which was the first challenge and today's one. Today, our teams had to take to the sky in our aerial obstacle course. And the times were as follows. One team managed to do today's challenge in 22 minutes and 40 seconds, whilst the other team managed to do it in 20 minutes and 4 seconds. So the difference is actually less than 2 minutes. And the team that won today's challenge with a time of 20 minutes and 4 seconds is Team Ditaba! Abuza,
Yeah?
that was one mighty scream. Did you not think your team was going to win today's challenge?
Yeah. I had that feeling that my team was going to win.
Currently, the scores are at 1 for Team Metsi and 1 for Team Ditaba. May the best team win. So it all comes down to the first challenge, where we took our teams to the Hartbeespoort Snake and Animal Park. There, they had to partake in the amazing race. Let me remind you one last time that the team that has won this challenge will be the winners of our first quarterfinal round and taking up the first of 3 spots in the semi-finals. Here are the times. One team managed to do it in 25 minutes and 2 seconds, whilst the other team did it in 45 minutes and 6 seconds. The team that managed to do our amazing race in the lesser time of 25 minutes and 2 seconds, and therefore going through to the semi-finals, taking up the first of 3 coveted spots and getting that much closer to the ultimate title of the unsinkable outdoor class of this year is Team Metsi! Congratulations to Team Metsi. They are going through to the semi-finals, taking up the first of 3 spots. Yet again, they have made their school, Linden High, proud. Team Ditaba, unfortunately, you guys are not the winners of this quarterfinal round, and your journey on Challenge SOS ends here. Do you guys wish that they could win the ultimate title of the unsinkable outdoor class now that you guys are no longer in the competition? And it seems like Abuza is the only one from Team Ditaba that is wishing Team Metsi well, but I'm pretty sure they're still in their feels about not going through to the semi-finals. Speaking of the semi-finals, be sure to join us again next week as we bring back 2 victorious teams from the elimination rounds who are going to be competing for yet another spot in the semi-finals. But before we go, I just want to remind you that there are parks everywhere, so you can take your friends and create your own obstacle course. And when you do, take a picture of the fun and upload it to Facebook as well as Instagram and tag us at Challenge SOS. Also, if you've missed out on any of our episodes, they are available on YouTube. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But before we go, let's close it off properly. Always remember that when life hands you a challenge, it's always up to you, and you to decide if you sink or swim!